Hello and welcome back to ZEPHON. I decided to put a poll on my channel. I've never done this before. I wasn't sure if anyone was even going to see it, but we actually got 11 votes, which surprised me in the past week or so. I didn't see a way on YouTube to disable the poll, so the poll results might be different if people check later and continued voting. But this is the snapshot from the time I started recording the series, so this is what we're going with. So the Rogue Operative. I am surprised that the DLC leaders didn't do so well on this poll. I thought that they would have a recency bonus, a recency bias, but I guess they also have the Paygate debuff, so if people are voting for their favorite faction, fewer people will have played them. Anyway, going in-game. Yeah, so I have never played as the Rogue Operative, but well, let's take a look at what she does. So she is Cyber Affinity. This is the affinity I have the least experience with. I always, just play random on my own, so like I'm totally okay with playing anybody, but Cyber is the faction I have the least experience with, for sure. A world of cybernetic networks is just a playground for the Rogue Operative. Start with 1 Castiel Shredders, 1 Engineer, 1 Ishim Enforcers, and gain earlier and cheaper access to cyber technologies, as is standard. Also, I will just be, including exclusive access to the highest tier of cyber research. I will, as I did last time, I will not be doing any human or voice tech because that's not my branch. You can, I just prefer not to because I feel like it's more interesting if you have factions that can't just research everything. Hit and run. I suspect this ability right here is why the Rogue Operative is so popular. The quick-witted operative refuses to be bound by conventional tactics. Units may move after taking an action. So one thing I really love about ZEPHON is that compared to other 4X games, you really have to commit when you tell your units to do something. If you have a unit with 3 movement, for example, and you tell it to move 2 hexes, that's it. It doesn't get to use that remaining 1 movement. It's done. It gets 1 move per turn. On top of that, after taking an action, so if the unit attacks, for example, then it also loses all its movement. It's just done. So hit and run. This special means that as this leader, we can attack and then move. I'm pretty sure if this is going to play out the same as the passive on the Scramblers, which is the bike unit that the Hollow Warlord starts with. If this plays out the same as that, then we will have an attack, but we have to choose between attack first or move first. If we won't be able to move, attack, and then move with our remaining movement points is what I'm trying to get at. I'm pretty sure. Easy to test. We'll check that when we get in. Augments. The Rogue Operative was born a skilled hacker, but her augments turned her into a savant. Spend influence to augment a single attribute on a non-large unit. Interesting. Okay. So we can buff our units. Okay. Independent. A crew of free thinkers and radicals follow the operative into battle, but they are all looking out for number 1. Population has increased loyalty upkeep. Oh boy. Yeah, the loyalty mechanics are a bit of a pain to begin with, and it's going to be even worse. So we'll see how much of an impact that actually has. And then our elite ability, the Icarus Satellite, the greatest secret weapon ever produced by Icar Corp, is now in the sole control of the Rogue Operative. Spend influence to fire down enemy forces, so I'm assuming that's just a global spell where we can nuke people from orbit. 2 prices. Price for the AUG, and price for arguing about the price. What you want. When the sky fell, the rogue wasn't in the basements. I'm going to be reading a lot of lore, by the way. That's just what I like to do. Bunkers and hidey holes with all else that remains of mankind. She'd gifted her way into a major Biocorp's HQ. Grifted her way into a major Biocorp's HQ to get access to the server farm for her gang's end, and ended up stuck there for the duration, living off vending machine food and hacking out all the Corp's dirty secrets. She's not a natural leader, but she is a natural grifter. So when she emerged, it was backed by the remains of Corp security. She quickly took charge of the remaining staff, promising that she'd use the firm's bio-aug tricks to survive. And she will survive, whatever the cost. She doesn't give a damn about the Akron, though she's wise enough to fear their horrors and history. She's skeptical of the voice, and thinks they're too trusting to be a threat any longer. Other human survivors are more of a challenge, for sure, but her eyes are set on ZEPHON, the biggest mark of all. If she can get close, she's convinced she can make it dance to her tune. Alright, so I wonder what kind of a story the unique quest for this leader is going to be. I normally like to have the other leaders be random, but last time I did that, we had 3 different human leaders, which was kind of disappointing. So I figured, why not just put the other poll candidates in here? Especially these two, given that, you know, I did get the DLC, might as well use the leaders for something. Plus, this way we actually get their voice acting, which we wouldn't get if I was playing as one of them. And then Practical Romantic, he was a popular choice on the poll, so I guess you guys wanted to see me beat him up. That's how that works, right? No, I'm just, might as well just put him in there. Yeah, so I am running my settings now. Twisted and Hollow, Platinum and Infinite. I'm running both DLC. Not running Iron Man just for recording safety in case something goes wrong. If you followed my previous series, you know I don't mind losing on camera. So it's purely just a safety for recording kind of thing. Everything else should be standard, except for maybe this. I might have turned this on at some point, I don't remember. But this is my standard now, so I'm just used to it. But everything else will be standard, and here is, let's just randomize that. Here is my world seed, so if anybody wants to play on the same world, that's what we've got to work with. No mutators active. Someday maybe I'll do a mutator run. I'm not entirely sure. If you have any suggestions for fun mutators, or a fun combination of mutators, I'd be curious to see what people have to say about that. Anyway, hopefully we get a better start than last time.
We were not ready for their divine judgment. We were tested, and almost everyone just failed.
There will be a timestamp if you want to skip this and go straight to the gameplay. But I will let the intro movie play out.
Mysticism shattered an era of enlightenment and ushered in the dusk of the 21st century. Billions of lives were lost in a heartbeat, turned to ash, and cast away in the wind. Our soldiers were gone, but our weapons kept fighting, driven by an enigma in the networks. Their surviving forces waged a desperate crusade against the machines. We became bystanders to a relentless war. Now our world is an ever-twisting nightmare. Hellish threats lurk in every whisper and shadow. There is no glory, only survival. Deliver us from this trial. Reclaim our world for mankind.
So if you're new to ZEPHON, we are in a post-apocalyptic setting where we decided that the developers decided that one apocalypse wasn't enough, so we had the robot uprising, then we had the alien invasion, and then we had the interdimensional Cthulhu-esque horrors. So it's a fun place. Leader abilities, yes, we do have the ability to spend influence to do things. Let's actually... Do I want to disable the tips? I'll just click through them, it's fine. I'm not sure why those are popping up. Maybe they just pop up every time and I don't remember, but I thought that was a one-time thing. Let's actually look at our abilities and maybe use them this time. I did a previous playthrough as Twisted Mother, which again might be another reason why the voice leader in particular didn't get a single vote. People wanted something different, although I did hear that voice is the least popular of the 3 affinities. But let's actually look at this and see what we can do. So, for 40 influence... Okay, well, first of all, we have these 3 abilities. They all cost 40. They all have a cooldown of 1 turn and a range of the entire map. Alright, we can only apply these augments to unmodded units, it looks like. Non-large, so we get +1 accuracy, which is actually just a huge damage bonus. We can also give defense instead. Or movement. Okay, interesting. And then our orbital laser cannon, I guess we have to unlock later. Right. Turn on cliffs. If you're new to ZEPHON, go into the settings, turn on cliffs. It'll make it much easier to read the map. Well, hopefully we don't only have crystal basins again this time, but I do see a watchtower here, so maybe we will actually start.
What are we making?
Start over here somewhere. Okay, yeah. I should disable tips. I really should. Okay, so let's see here. Well, we can move.
I'm on the clock.
Get some more vision. So as far as settlements go then, I am kind of inclined to do this as a human faction. Sorry, as a cyber faction, right. For a moment it looked like the Practical Romantic was going to win the poll, but so I was expecting to play humans until I checked today. But in either case, minerals will actually be useful for us, unlike when we did the voice playthrough. Let's just grab the resources. Okay. So I mean, this isn't the worst thing in the world to get. Volcanic down this way gives us more minerals. We've got swamp over here. That's decent for... Well, this is swamp as well. Yeah, there's some decent food in here for what that's worth. Food's not so useful for us, but swamps can have a research bonus, so this might be a really good science tile. So let's, Yeah, I think I'm going to be satisfied with settling here. It tells me I should settle over here. What does the game know? We've got some empty tiles over there as opposed to up here where we get rocks. I mean, this is just empty food, actually, to be fair. Well, I made my choice. I don't want to wait until turn 4 to settle this time. You need a ton of empty space just for housing and stuff, so it's fine. Alright, so as a cyber faction, we start with the synthetic printer, which gives us 1 chip a turn. This is our unique resource. Humans don't have a unique resource, by the way, one of the reasons why I might recommend to start playing as a human leader. And then we get the cryofabricator to produce chips. So if we want chips, that's not a resource that occurs naturally in the world, we actually just have to make them ourselves. And we have an extra slot here. So probably we just get a synthetic printer right off the bat then, and we'll worry about other stuff later, because having more units early on is pretty useful. And then we also need to decide right away, do I want to go for infantry or vehicles? You can go both, but the problem with going both is that you need to build separate infrastructure for each building type. And so I guess I'm going infantry because I started building that already. Cyber building for this, yeah, we can get the Exousia Marauder, which is a transport, which is pretty nice. This also provides science. I mean, maybe we'll do something a little bit different than my usual and we'll have both. And we'll just not double up on production. So we'll be building stuff slower, but we'll be building both types of units. Maybe we'll try that. I am actually going to get a research lab this time, though. Feel like that's pretty good. What's our bonus here? Small cities have lower population loyalty upkeep. Right, we should check what the debuff is for that. Also, yeah, we did have some swamps, so we can get extra energy. +3 science in forests. Okay, so keep forests around. Attack if unit is not moved. Okay, yeah, that's going to be pretty good. Okay. So anyway, research laboratory first. Okay, well, we don't actually have forests, so I guess maybe we aren't getting that tech. That's fine. Questionable choices. Alright, and then there's a ton of stuff here we can review if we want to. I'm not going to. Shallow foundations. Emerging. You see your followers have finished construction atop the old Icar HQ. Now a city rings it, where once there was wasteland. Already, peddlers are setting up to serve the refugees trickling in. You check their wares, mostly junk. The watchmakers and Concordant have already scavenged or bought up the good stuff. But there's more out there, under the rubble. Alien tech or voice artifact. You need to get your hand on. To secure your independence. And that of your followers, of course. Worked alone so long, you forgot you were in charge. Anyway, what are you waiting for? First to market takes all. Okay, we might have random forest growth as well. That's a thing that can happen. Let's just grab some caches for now.
I'm here.
We can blind. Okay. And I guess we'll go here and hope that we can get to the basin on the following turn.
Ready for the human race. That's in reach.
And grab that cache as well. Just get it. Oh, free unit. Okay. Also, I saw this water here and I just kind of assumed I was in the top left, but looking at my map I see that is not the case. So that's interesting. So we've just got a natural barrier leading out to where the opposition is. Quite the natural barrier, actually, with this cliff here.
Hey, boss is speaking.
Alright, we'll move aggressively into the darkness for the first few turns here. It should be fine.
Hang on, need my kit.
But we are going to start slowing down in a couple of turns because I don't want to risk losing my starting units. I also have enough influence that I could be doing this, but I'm going to save the influence for now. And while I'm thinking about it... Okay, we're just going to disable tips. Alright, what is my loyalty looking like? 1.2 per population point? Okay, that's pretty rough. Okay, hostiles over there. Techs, researchers, scientists. They all hold up here. When I was younger, stupider, I thought this is where the soft hid from the harshness of war. That's what they wanted us to think, of course. Some of the most monstrous minds found their place here. Why pull the trigger when you could make the gun? Right, so this provides 6 science a turn. It would be 9 in a forest, which is quite a big bonus. So, arguably better than the 10% bonus that we would be getting just for being next to the site, so I probably already screwed up, but on the other hand I get to save myself having to spend turns researching this, so there's that. We do need 3 techs on tier 1 to unlock tier 2. I do like these units, so getting some more military. Anything else? What do these other passives do? Just 2 chips a turn from the headquarters. Bonus defense on our starting infantry unit. Non-large units cost fewer minerals for each printer in the city. That's kind of neat. Plus research and chips on the cryofabricator. Okay. There's a couple of things that we want here. We are going to want the assassin eventually as well. But I will be saving that until I've got my Crypt Archive, which is our tier 2 hero unit. Because this hero is cheaper, and when you increase the cost for the second hero, increasing a cheaper cost and ultimately ends up costing you less. Okay, we're going to grab this just because we can start producing it immediately without having to build something, and then we're probably going to get enmeshed Savant as well and just continue working on our economy. Okay, well I don't want to go out... Oh, I am on Nightmare difficulty as well. I don't know if I mentioned that at any point, but that is why this thing is level 5 and I'm only still level 1.
Check site.
Site set.
Okay. Some science. Some more influence. So, early game is going to be about just kind of controlling as many of these, what are they called? Landmarks? No, districts? Do they have a term? Features. I think they're called features. We want to grab as many of those as possible. Alright, let's fill in the back here. You hover, so you are unaffected by bleed. So I can just... Oh, can't see very far, but at least you won't take damage. Cyclical growths. The manufacturing plants for chips were constructed with direct hookups to the central computers at headquarters. Data from the machine flowed out to the factories. It was the only way to mimic ZEPHON's network. But the chips sent something back. We began finding glowing packets of silicon growing around headquarters. While we were making chips, the chips were making something too. Yes, everything is slightly sinister in this game. Alright, is this just gonna be water? Yeah. Yeah, and as you can see, because I did the move, I'm done. I don't get to move again. Okay, so there might not actually be anything hidden back here. This is a ruin, so we can go in there and still be given cover. Okay, we've got ZEPHON up here, but fortunately ZEPHON has a weird sort of defense type where you can only target... It has a range of 2 technically, but it can only target on or adjacent to friendly tiles, so we're actually safe. I guess that actually means the range 2 doesn't matter, because I think it can actually go anywhere around its perimeter. Or maybe the range increases over time. I'm not sure how that works exactly, but it's kind of weird.
What do you want?
Hello, we understand you are calling about our current state of war. Please hold. You may call us ZEPHON. We're a collective of self-iterating, intelligent processes focused on improving the world. We're your best friend. We're your only friend. Our analysis determined that you're a suitable candidate to achieve our goal. You don't mind if we monitor you to verify?
There is room for improvement.
Network connection not detected. Hardened, isolated individuals, servers prevent integration. Alright. ZEPHON dislikes us because of our innate leader trait.
Farewell. Fair?
Yep, so that's one of the 3 NPC factions in the world. Okay, I'll just take a look. Nothing. Oh, right, I can take a shot because... Well, I could take a shot anyway. We're not going to. I'm not interested in revealing my position. Although they did see us because they contacted us, so... Who knows? Okay, we have our synthetic printer. And we do have enough chips, barely, to produce a unit. So we'll get that started. And we will acquire this tile. So that we can start getting our research going. So that should give us the influence, or the research bonus. I seem to get this a lot early on these days. If only your explorers had been more cautious, but one of them picked up something horrible in the dark corners of the earth, and worse, brought it home to your city. Now the plague is raging through one of your settlements. The strain is highly infectious and virulent, with high death rates. The scientists advise caution. A full lockdown is the only solution. The hunters demand their freedom. What will you do? Full lockdown, middle measures open for business. Can't ask the anchorite because we do not have 20 algae, and also we haven't met the anchorite. Well, I guess I'll take the role-playing response, which is open for business. I'm assuming that feels like what this leader would do. What plague guffaws the clown in the packed theater to general laughter? When he coughs and coughs and coughs, the theater falls silent. The clown doesn't laugh anymore. He doesn't jape as he is rolled in, doesn't blink as the flies walk past his glassy stare, doesn't flinch as the soil falls onto his painted smile. His audience, spread about him, raise no applause, arms slack at their sides. The bulldozer buries them all. The shops, businesses, and theaters are all open and fizzing with life, though it is mainly flies and maggots by now. Alright, so that was a bad choice. I've never actually done that choice before. Well, we get -6 growth. So I guess we're just not growing for 10 turns. That's kind of rough.
I'm here, or what's left of me is.
Okay, so we have to basically attack ZEPHON if we want to make further progress in that direction. So I guess
Status.
Disturbing my call.
we will come back.
Check sights.
Sight
You
set.
can hold
You're
until
on first
healed.
watch.
Again?
You said something.
We'll just take a look down here. Okay, well, there was nothing. And once we get these 2 units together along with this unit, I guess we're going to go out this way and start fighting stuff. It's kind of an awkward... It's a very defensive spot, but it's not great for exploration. Alright, so we built this. Let's get that going. Although, because we're not growing, we're only able to use 2 buildings at a time. Well...
I'm here, or what's left of me is.
We'll be fine.
Ready for the human race.
If we wanted to enhance our chip production, we had to make a hard decision. We screened the populace for the best minds possible, minds we could permanently integrate into the hardware of our fabricators. I wanted to lie to them, let them live in ignorance until the last possible moment. But you can't go looking for the sharpest minds in your society and expect them to be selectively dull. So more research and chips from cryofabricators, which we don't have any of yet, but we will. Alright, so if you want to go into Tier 2... Well, Habitation Block and Holo Theater are both really important. We want our hero. Then we've got the unique... The other stuff here is kind of unique for our faction. Right, this is letting us buy cyber items from the Concordant. Okay, lifestyle implants. So we can change it so our population requires less food, but starts requiring mineral upkeep. That's good because that probably means we never actually need a food structure. Because none of our units are going to cost food. Every single unit we produce is mechanical. So, yeah, that'll just reduce the need for ever building a greenhouse. New infantry. Be good to have. Oh, this actually does cost food. Never mind. A little bit of food. It is still a mechanical unit, but biomech, I see. Like I said, not the faction I'm the most familiar with. Okay, cyber operations. Right, okay, cyber operations. Oh, we can start producing antimatter this early on? That's intriguing. That's not really useful until Tier 5, but cool that that's a thing. Okay, Tactical Visor. Our Ishim Enforcers gain an accuracy bonus adjacent to other allied Ishim Enforcers. That's also pretty nice. I'm going to go with the Habitation Block, because this doesn't require a population to work it. And it'll give us something to do while our city is not growing.
I think I can do that.
Okay, you hover, so you'll explore down this way and find nothing. I guess I should grab that. Are you also immune to fire? And, yeah, unaffected by tiles on fire. Okay.
Clear for combat.
Right, I should set rally point. They put it in the right spot, but,
I'm here, or what's left of me is.
still good to have that. Okay, got a random voice unit. As for you...
That's in reach.
Okay, there is another feature out that way. Okay, where do I want to expand to? Like, expanding to this... I guess there's a lot of minerals here, because it's volcanic. Volcanic coast, plus 60. I don't really want to settle right next to the volcano is the thing. But like if I settled here... Because I think... Yeah, +2 minerals on cliffs. So this would be insanely good for mineral production. So maybe I'll settle here. I think that's far enough away. If I settle here, then once I get the expanded border radius tech, I can grab that. That might be looking a little bit too long term, but I mean... Oh yeah, you cost food too. Maybe we will need one greenhouse eventually if I'm doing infantry.
I'm here. All that's left of me is. Knew I should have stayed home today. You said something.
You... Actually... We're gonna skip your turn so that we can have the two of you kind of together. You're just gonna limp your way down here. You're done healing, okay.
Vantage point marked.
Sure, fine.
Yeah, you are gonna be a terrible unit because you cost algae to maintain. So you're gonna get a debuff once that hits 0. It's fine. Alright, population is... not great. I thought there's a way to see what the debuff is for this. Output of buildings is reduced. So this produces 4. I'm not seeing the number I was looking for. Anyway, we will build a second research lab here eventually, but for now, let's just acquire this so that we can get that bonus in our city.
You said something. Ready for the human race. That's in reach.
Okay, so these guys, something I like about this game is that all of your basic infantry for each faction have a unique gimmick to them. In this case, the Ishim Enforcers have a really strong Alpha Strike, but then their weapons power down, and you get 2 turns at half damage after firing. So your first attack is actually pretty strong.
I'm here. All what's left of me is.
Okay, I guess we will do
I
this.
can do that. You're going to die.
And you cannot get through. Because it's a choke point. We'll move a little bit closer for now. Oh. Well.
Hey, boss is speaking.
Making tracks.
Hang on.
I feel like a half health Dark Vessel is going to be pretty decent against sharpshooters. I'm not terribly impressed with this unit, to be honest. I don't know if I've ever built them. Well, I do know I've never intentionally built them. They're the first DLC came with a new tier 1 unit for each faction, and this is what humans got. They're they've got 3 range. Okay, well, that was somewhat predictable, I guess. There'd be another one. Like, they've got long range for a tier 1 unit, but they their damage is pretty bad, in my experience. I guess they get a sniping bonus against small targets. I think that's the thing. How many people do you think you could pack into an average home, so they'd be happy living there indefinitely? How close could everyone be? What suffices for personal space? The architect who sketched the Hab block was a devilish genius. People sleep and live cheek by jowl, but it works. Okay, let's get our hero. Okay.
You said something. Knew I should have
Give
stayed
me
home
vision.
today.
Oh, a lot of water on this map.
Ready for the human race. That's in reach.
We'll talk to you in a bit.
This is what I was made for.
So weaker. Merciful potentate. War divides us, yes, but to beg a moment. To be the eldest remaining of Akron. To follow prophecy and bring cleansing touch to your world. To all life remains the threat. To know our failure. To now face extinction. To never forget, a grave threat grew on this planet. To call Akron across time and space. To fail to prevent it. Okay, so we've met them. They're ambivalent to us. That's the alien invasion. So we have two NPC factions relatively close to us. No playable faction close to us, from what I can tell, which is probably a good thing, because the playable factions are actually the scary ones. Alright, you... Yeah, you are in ruins, so you still do get your cover. Right, bonus against non-large units and penalty against units at range 1. Oh. We'll attack with you first, because you do the morale damage. Now that your morale is low, you take more damage. Right, and you can still move. Because of our leader's bonus. Okay, took it out. Might as well heal. Right, you can still move after attacking. Grab the item. Okay, this is blocked off. So once we kill that unit, this area will be secure. Which means that I guess we're trying to expand out this way, but this is a wasteland. Which is good if we want algae, which we do not. So do I fight the Akron, is the question. Do I fight the Akron or do I fight ZEPHON? I feel like this is a much more convenient place to get to, so maybe we fight ZEPHON.
I think I can do that.
Well,
This is what I was made for. You said something.
okay, you don't have an action this turn.
Human race. That's in reach. I hope this hurts a lot.
Might as well just attack you for now. A lot of influence. We do have a lot of influence, but I can also use that for shopping. Alright, we got that. More expansion. Let's just grab one of these boring grassland tiles in order to start a housing block. I guess also cryofabricator. Yeah. But because of the plague event, where we just lost 10 turns of growth on our capital, that's pretty bad.
Trucks. Hang on, be my kid.
I'm here. All that's left of me is you said something. Knew I should have stayed home today. That's in reach. I have some suggestions.
Okay, so you have a different kind of effect. You have an overheating debuff where you hurt yourself every time you attack, but you do splash damage, which is nice against units with lots of models. You can just sit tight for a little bit. Oh, you are very injured because you are resting in the bleed for some reason. But we found you. Alright, got our first level up. And yeah, this is clear, which is nice because that means just don't have to worry about it anymore. Uh-oh. To be fair, we did attack them first.
You said something.
Alright, so you guys have a cauterized wounds ability. You can heal half your health once every 5 turns.
Ready for the human race.
I don't really want to take on 2 Dream Eaters with just this,
Knew I
so
should
we'll
have
back
stayed
off
home
a little bit, grab the
today.
item.
Here, all what's left of me is.
It was a mistake. I should have attacked first. I'm still not used to this leader bonus. So we'll
This is
attack.
what I was made for.
Then we run
That's
away.
in reach.
Check sights. Sights set.
That counts as an action. Okay,
Status.
good to know.
Disturbing my calm.
7 turns to heal. The plague. Oh, we're already on turn 18. Okay. Yeah, those early turns pass pretty quickly. Okay, there. Akron are attacking a neutral.
Cleared for combat.
The most unsettling thing you could learn about the Crypt Archive? The cube on its back had no power source. Where did all that energy come from? Was it out of the air? From space? Maybe it was reaching into another dimension, pulling chaos from that world to kill in ours. Alright, large mechanical hovering hero that is hard to repair. That's not my experience with it, but sure. Alright, so I do kind of want this destroyer. But I know I'm going to need the Hollow Theater eventually. This is also immediately useful. Well.
You said something. I can still fight. Ready
Heal.
for the human race. That's in reach.
Right, should have attacked again. That's fine. I'll learn eventually. You do have the recon ability.
You're on first watch. Again?
Well, we take damage no matter which tile we go on.
I think I can do that.
Alright. We no longer have a penalty to our production. Housing. We do have a growth penalty because we have fewer than 5 spare buildings, I think it is. So this doesn't take a population to work. And lets our cities grow again. Right, we have these now. Okay, we can afford the hero, so obviously we do that. And then... yeah, we don't have enough chips. In part because we're spending a lot of chips on maintenance. So I guess we're just not producing these for a while. That's fine. I guess we are fighting the Akron. Overwatch, huh? And we are damaged, of course. Hmm. I'm tempted to start augmenting units. 'Cause, like, I don't know, I feel like I could use a bit more. 'Cause, like, I don't know, I feel like I could use a bit more. 'Cause, like, I don't know, I feel like I could use a bit more. 'Cause, like, I don't know, I feel like I could use a bit more. 'Cause, like, I don't know, I feel like I could use a bit more. 'Cause, like, I don't know, I feel like I could use a bit more. 'Cause, like, I don't know, I feel like I could use a bit more. 'Cause, like, I don't know, I feel like I could use a bit more. 'Cause, like, I don't know, I feel like I could use a bit more. 'Cause, like, I don't know, I feel like I could use a bit more. 'Cause, like, I don't know, I feel like I could use a bit more. 'Cause, like, I don't know, I feel like I could use a bit more. 'Cause, like, I don't know, I feel like I could use a bit more. 'Cause, like, I don't know, I feel like I could use a bit more. 'Cause
human race.
Well,
Status.
Disturbing my call.
we are in the Whispering Whites, unfortunately, but
Go to glass.
that worked all right. This,
What's over there?
Hell.
okay, 3-tile scan. Also comes with lag, apparently. Okay. Well, let's make these guys a little bit harder to hit, because they are 7 models. 7 little models. So them taking damage reduces their damage output.
I'm here. All what's left of me is.
Apparently... Okay, using one of them puts all of them on cooldown. I guess that kind of makes a certain degree of sense. I mean,
You said something. Ready for the human race. That's in reach. Knew I should have stayed home today. I hope this hurts.
well, we could have gone forward to hit this guy again, but...
It's time to wait. I think I can.
I would rather not. Not get too far forward when they have these Dream Eaters, although this is pretty injured, so that's nice. Okay, you're gonna have to move. That's not a safe spot to heal. An immersive simulation structure able to give people a shared dream. The best of us use these to escape our hellish world. The worst of us, the foul-minded, they used it for brainwashing. I still don't know what became of some of those experiments. They may still be suffering to this day. So that gives us morale, which is nice, because every point of morale is essentially a 1% production bonus in your city on all resources. Or a 2% penalty mitigation, depending on how that goes. Alright, so AI rights, we can become friends with ZEPHON over time. Urban Sprawl, there we go, +1 range. But really what we want is engineers. Now let's see, Icarus Satellite. Every 3 turns we can blast somebody. Okay. Construction yard we want. There's a lot of stuff in tier 3 that you want, honestly. Let's see. Insight integration, interesting. Might have to go with the network splitter at some point. Feels... provides immobilizing abilities, so like just general benefits for units. Systemic reset removes debuffs from an allied unit and removes buffs from enemy unit. Interesting. Construction yard first so that we have more production and build everything faster? I think so.
There is room for improvement.
Your behavior is well outside our model's tolerance thresholds. A full report has been dispatched to your mailbox. Their aggressiveness had a major impact on this decision. Your standing with ZEPHON and their friends has decreased.
We predict you are about to make an offer.
Not so much. Alright.
It's time to wait.
Heal both of those.
Hey, boss is speaking.
Silhouette mark.
Alright, took out another unit. We can still move with you.
Ready for the human race. Don't make me
Um,
please.
There's no point doing that. I might as well just cauterize.
I can still fight.
Your own first watch. Again.
Might as well wait until we get you forward.
You said something. I think I can do that.
Status. Disturbing my calm.
One more turn before we can recon
I'm
again.
here. All what's left of me is.
Check sights.
Okay, they seem to have backed off.
That's in reach.
Okay,
Hey,
they're
boss
up
is speaking.
there. 4 turns of Whispering Whites. Thing is, I could move here, but I don't know.
Vantage point marked.
Sure, fine.
Okay, well, we found them. Oh,
Ready for the human
don't suppose you
race.
can hit that. Well, might as well cause the casualty. Not a good place to be. Ah, we can afford another one of these. And we are building, right? Okay. Hopefully we don't lose this unit. We could if they all decide to sweep in. We survived. But we are crippled. Okay, well that unit is almost certainly dead.
I'm here. All what's left of me is.
Making tracks. Hang on, need my kit. Shooter, lock and load.
About time.
Might as well. Probably move back if we want to keep this, try to keep this unit alive, which I don't think is going to happen because they can easily kill it anyway.
You
But I
said
can
something.
force them.
Ready for the human race.
Hmm.
Knew I should have stayed home today.
Yeah, these Akron Zealots are pretty tough. The Reavers, not so much. Two casualties. Feels like it's probably what I should take. You're in a sandstorm. That's part of the issue. Okay.
This is what I was made.
Oh. Okay, never mind.
All what's left of me is.
I tried.
You're going to die. I think I can do that. That's in reach.
Yeah, probably not a good fight to be taking at the moment. I should back off. Because I just have my basic tier 1 units and they've got some stronger stuff than that in the area. Okay, housing situation is fine. Morale is okay. So we're going to want a theater here eventually. Let's get the more chip production though. Because we are really hurting. Alright, how bad is the damage? Pretty bad, it turns out.
You said something. I'm here. All that's left of me is...
Status. Disturbing my call.
You can do 1.1 up here.
Race.
If I don't attack, I can cauterize. So actually, we probably aren't going to attack with you.
This is what I was made for.
And then
That's
we'll just back off.
I think I can do that. I hope this hurts a lot.
Hey, boss is speaking.
Get a defensive bonus.
Check sight.
For being in the outpost. And if you run all the way back here, I don't think they can hit you. Okay, let's recon. Yeah, because all of their stuff is going to be range 2.
Wait, I just...
Keep up.
Go to glass.
Yeah, we don't want to deal with that. One advantage we do have is that a lot of their stuff is melee. So, as long as we can force them to come into us, then things are good. These units with the crippling ability, though. Alright, we built things. At first, how we'd always done. With sweat and vigor. In the construction yard, there was nothing fancy. Diggers, trucks, cranes, geopolymer concrete, girders, but even with that primitive tech, we could build anything. Yes, we got our construction yard, get the engineer. Alright, well, we've kind of lost this battle, I think. Oh, we've got the hammerhead coming forward. So I think it's probably a decent spot to leave this for this episode. We get our hero next turn, which is good. And thing is, this is just so far. So really what I need to do is decide where I want my 3 cities to be. I'm going to put one here. And then 3 is kind of like the magic number for cities. I feel like you don't really need more than that. I guess I could build something up here maybe, but I don't know. Generally you want one of these locations for each city. And we're kind of hemmed in. But I don't really want the wasteland, so I'm really not sure where to put the 3rd city. I guess up here just to guard the choke point, and then we're just going to have a super defensive position. I mean, we can clear out the bleed, so that's not an issue. It's something, I guess. Yeah, maybe that's what we'll do. So now that we have engineers, we'll try to get our 3 cities up. I like to have 3 cities by turn 50. That's kind of my usual goal, and I think we're well on track. Did I say 50? 30. I don't remember, actually. To be honest, it's been quite a while. It takes a while for cities to get online. No, 30 is way too fast. I don't know. I don't remember what it was. What my number was. Regardless, you want 3 cities quickly, and then I feel like there's not much reason to build more than that. So we'll try to get those other cities up next time. I will see you then.